Hi, welcome to my channel. Today is another episode of 4 looks using one palette. As a reminder, I do the same types of 4 looks for all of these 4 looks using one palette. Look number 1 will be on this eye. I use one color, it's just a wash of color, gets you out the door fast. Look 2 is a little bit more elevated. It's your everyday look to run errands, for work, whatever you need. That's just a little bit bumped up from this one. Usually has 2 colors, maybe 3 colors. Wash it all off, come back and do look 3 and look 4. For look 3, think of it as your date night, your happy hour, a little bit more elevated from look number 2. And look 4 on this side will always be our super glam look. For this series of 4 looks using one palette, I alternate between a high-end palette one month and a more affordable palette the next month. This month is a more high-end palette. For today's video, I'll be using Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm palette. This is what it looks like. It is completely untouched by me. I have had this palette for a little over 1 year. I actually purchased a lucky bag from Beautylish last holiday. Although I was highly disappointed with the contents of my lucky bag, I did like this palette, but I still have not used it. We are using this today. It's also a more colorful palette than the ones that I have been using, so I'm pretty excited to use something with more color. This palette is still available. It retails for $44. Usually it's on Dominique Cosmetics website. Unfortunately, when I checked right before filming this, it was sold out. This palette can also be purchased through Sephora.com or through Beautylish.com. So if you don't already have this palette, you can still purchase it to follow along, or if you already have it, then you can use this with me. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Also, like this video, share it with your friends, and ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads, including this series of 4 looks using one palette, which I post once a month. And next month will be a more affordable palette. Yeah, let's get into it. I have everything on my face done with the exception of my eyes. So for the list of products that I've used, look down below in the description. I will start with an eye primer. I'll be using the e.l.f. primer on my eyes. Nope, just kidding. I am going to move my bangs out of the way first. I keep saying that I'm going to put a sticky post-it somewhere to remind me to do this, and I still have not done that, but I'm remembering, so. Let's put these suckers back, and then we can really get started so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, now we're going into the e.l.f. primer. So I'm going to go ahead and prime both eyes right now and put a little bit on each one and then apply it or smooth it out with my finger. There's a little bit of concealer on my eye right now from earlier today. There we go. As we go along with these 4 looks, I will let you know what color I'm using, and then I'll pop it up on the screen instead of showing you the palette. That way there's a better flow with the video, hopefully. So we are starting with our wash of color. I've decided I'm going to go in with Solstice. And I'm actually going to start with my finger because shimmery shades I tend to like applying with my finger. And also when I'm in a hurry, a lot of times I just want to grab a color and apply it on. So that is what we're going to do on this first lid. So this color has a pinky kind of shift to it, which is really pretty. When I have enough time, I also put a little bit of bronzer in the crease, but this is going to be our one and done, so no bronzer. I am going to use a Colourpop E15 and dip into Solstice again, one color, and just make sure that that's buffed out in the crease so it's nice and seamless. And there you have it. Look 1. I always laugh at myself with look 1 because it is so fast. And that is the point. The point is to do it and get out the door and do what you have to do. So you can always elevate this more. Put some eyeliner if you want to elevate it. Like I said, add some bronzer, but otherwise that's it. That's my look. So let's put some mascara on. For my mascara, for my one and done look, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous Original in Blackest Black. And there you go. Now let's go into our look number 2, which is an everyday look. A little bit more elevated than this one here. I want to make it a little bit of a rusty type of look and make it different. I want these 4 looks to be very different. I feel like for some of the palettes, they go up in a step, but I feel like they're very similar in tones. And this one has so much variety with the purples and blues and pink and rusty colors. So for this look, I want to rust it up a little bit. So I'm going in first with my Morphe E27, and I'm dipping into Lunar Eclipse. And I'm going to use this as my transition shade. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that blend. I'm going to deepen this color up just a little bit. Using a Morphe E28, I'm dipping into Storm Dust. And I just want to deepen up the outer edge just a smidge. Well, that color is a little bit patchy. I don't know if it was my brush, but my brush is not wet. Let me go back into my Morphe E28 and see if we can blend that out a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Using my finger, I am dipping into Fireball. So Fireball is a pinky rust color. It's actually looking more pinky than rust, but we're gonna go with it because I already dipped my finger all over it. Okay, going back into my Morphe E27, no additional product, just blend that out. Okay. Using a Morphe M210, I'm dipping back into Storm Dust, and I'm going to buff that under my eye. Now dipping the same brush into Lunar Eclipse. I'm going to run that just under that to smooth it out. Using a Morphe E35, I'm dipping into Solstice, and I'm going to apply that right in the inner corner here. There you go, and we'll call that a look number 2. I'm looking at my palette, and a part of me is thinking, oh, you should have done a more simple look using Eternal Light. But the whole point of this is to get out of that comfort zone of using those colors that I always want to use. And it's also to help inspire you to use some of these brighter shades that you might not otherwise use. But I would definitely wear this to work. Maybe not everybody would, but I would. So let's finish this look with mascara if I can find it. Here it is. It's right in front of my face. The L'Oreal Voluminous Original also. Okay, there you go. I apologize if you hear any outside noises. It is windy outside. The ice cream truck just passed by. There is thumping outside from cars with bass and motors and such and whatever. So here we go. Look 1, look 2. Wash of color out the door, and a little bit of a elevated look for everyday work or running errands type of look. I'm going to hop off, wash this off, and then we can get into look 3 and 4, which I'm more excited about because there's some fun colors in this palette. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, let's have a little fun. Going back into my e.l.f. Oh my gosh, I still have glitter everywhere. It is a challenge to remove everything and then reapply concealer and a little bit of highlighter so I don't have to do my entire face. But with that, there's also some residual glitter left, but that's okay. That's okay. I feel like most of these shadows have some bits of glitter in it, so we'll just blend it all in, make it work. So for look 3, I'm going smokier than I feel like I usually would go for a look 3, but I'm going to try to keep it as subdued as I can. But because I want to do like glam to be very colorful, that's the plan that I think I'm going for. This is a hard palette for me in that the transitional shades are still very, I don't want to say vibrant, but the lightest transition shade is Zero Gravity, which is a grayish toned color. And I'm not used to using something this dark as a transition, but I always told myself that when I did this 4 looks using one palette, I would solely use the palette and make it work with transitions and everything in between. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm dipping my Morphe E27 into Zero Gravity, and we're applying that in the crease. And I did tap off the excess product. Take a closer look. Okay, we're gonna dip back into it. Let's see if we can smooth that out a little bit. Okay, similar to, what color was it? Dust Storm, that was a little bit, that didn't apply as smooth. It was a little bit choppy. I don't know if that's the right word. I feel like the same with Zero Gravity. I think it would be helpful to have a different type of transition between this and this, like this color, but we're going to roll with it. And hopefully the other colors will kind of hide that. So I'm dipping into Black Matter using my finger. And with this color, I want to apply it over most of my lid, but I'm going to leave a little bit open in the inner part because I want to apply something lighter there. This is a really pretty color. I have been itching to use this color. I'm going to use a more, I want to say tapered brush. Do I have one here? Using a Colourpop E19, I'm dipping back into Zero Gravity. Now this brush is a little bit more tapered, so I'm hoping to define the area between that shimmery shade and the transition and kind of deepen it up so it looks almost like another color. I don't feel like I really accomplished that, but that's okay. Going back into my E27 just to smooth it out. Feel like I'm not loving this. Okay, let's go into Colourpop E20. I'm dipping into Black Matter. I'm going more into the crease with this. I usually don't put shimmer too far into the crease, but I really don't like the transition color, the way it's looking. Yeah, I feel like I like that shape a little bit more. Going into Colourpop E28, I'm dipping into Eternal Light. I'm gonna have to use my finger for this, we'll see. And I'm applying it to the inner corner. You probably didn't see what I just did. Sorry. Okay, let's work on the lower lash line. Using my Pixie eyeliner, the Endless Silky Eye Pen, I am lining the waterline and we'll smoke out the bottom a little bit with those colors that we have been using. So Morphe 210 into Zero Gravity first. Under the lash line. Let's smoke that out. Okay, and then using my Colourpop E20, I'm dipping into Black Matter. And then I'm applying that to kind of match what we have going on the top. Just like that, a bit of sparkle. So we need mascara. Let's go into my L'Oreal Bambi Eyes for this look. Okay, there you have it. Look number 3, your date night, happy hour, you know, girls' night. What's that even like? I don't even remember. All right, let's move to the fun stuff. Let's move to the colorful side. Over here, I think. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. But, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have an idea. Okay, this is gonna be bold and very colorful. But you know what? Let's do it. Using my Morphe M433. First dipping into Lucid Dreams. Sorry, not Lucid Dreams, just Lucid Dream. One dream, not many dreams. Applying that in the crease. Okay. Going into my Colourpop E19 and dipping into Astrid Lust. And I'm putting this like really deep in the crease. Okay, let's go back into the original brush, the Morphe M433. I haven't put any color on this, just to smooth out those two, that purpley and that pink color. I want more of the Astrid Lust, more of that purple. Okay, smooth that out one more time with the M433. I think I got the color right. Or not the color, the brush name right. Okay. Using my finger, dipping into Electric Amethyst. I am so excited to use this color. Oh boy. This is everything I thought it would be and more. This color. Why have I not used this palette yet? That's what I want to know. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Let's work on the bottom. And so obviously I like to match the top to the bottom. So I'm going in with NARS Larger Than Life Longwear Eyeliner in Abbey Road. Okay, I don't know that I can do this one in view. The other one I could, but this one I may need to hop in a little bit closer to this mirror. So let's see if I can try to get in view here. Colourpop E20, dipping into Mystic Ice. Now dipping into Stargaze. Same brush. I feel like I'm ready to go to a rave. I'm applying a little bit more of the Mystic Ice over here. I think I'm gonna use some eyeliner. Let's see. Let's just go with black. Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. We'll do a little baby wing. Kind of dress this up a little bit more. So my wing kept getting bigger. I usually don't do them so low. I like to do them higher, but I was trying to match this thing I had going on, going that way. And so I feel like it's a little lower than I usually like it to be, but you know, makeup is fun. Makeup is what you make it. I'm okay with it. Some mascara. We'll go back into Bambi Eyes. I have another video to film after this. And I will either wash them both off or pick one eye. But man, I think this is the eye I want to recreate, even though that wing is driving me crazy. And I was about to stop there, but we're already here. So, grabbing my Morphe E35 into Solstice. I'm gonna put a little bit right here. Yes. I'm gonna put a little bit right here. Yes. How annoyed are you with my yes? Oh my god. I love the way this came out. Oh my gosh. That's the joy of these 4 looks with one palette. Like, maybe it's just me. But yeah, look 3, look 4. So 3, usually I feel like 4 is is my smokier look, which this is. It's just a colorful smoky. And so this is, I mean, this could be a glam look. This could be a look 4. You could add a wing. You could put lashes. You could dress this up. I mean, this could be very elevated. And so you make these looks what you want them to be. So my look number 1, which is my wash of color out the door, might be your glam look. And that's okay. You know what I mean? And this outlandish, crazy, colorful, peacocky eye look that I'm so in love with might be your everyday look, and that's okay. And there you have it. Look 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your wash of color to your everyday look, to your date night, to your glam look. And we did it. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you've not had the opportunity to subscribe to my channel, now would be the time to do so. Like this video, share it with your friends, and ring that notification bell. You'll be notified every week of my newest uploads, including these 4 looks with 1 palette, which I post once a month. Next month will be a more affordable palette, but as I said, I alternate between affordable and high-end. So I would love to know what palette you'd like to see next. My only requirement for the palettes that I do choose are that they are in stock and not limited edition. So I feel like eventually this palette will be phased out. I feel like that's why it's out of stock on Dominique Cosmetics website, but Sephora still has it and Beautylish still has it, and they're not on sale, so I feel like it's gonna stick around a little bit longer. So going into spring, this is definitely a little bit more fun look to create. So you could be a little bit bold with me. But yes, tell me what palette you would like to see next. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.